Hello, everybody. This is Rashad Pharaoh. Universal Unity, Love I Am. I'm gonna connect my mic here in a second, but I wanted to begin with a little sound bowl. Man, it's so beautifully magnificent out. I wonder if y'all can hear that. It's mighty windy. Wonderful. I felt, oh man, I have to get out for this video today. Outside is the place to be for me. Woo-wee. Yesterday or today, early this morning, was the eclipse. It was beautiful. I don't know how many of y'all got to see it, but I stayed up to experience it, do some meditation. It was very wonderful and peaceful. And today I felt, as we move into this new season of life and unfoldment, collectively and personally, to me, it's been coming up that it's important that we talk about cultivating and strengthening and aligning with and to our divine will, our highest will. So I'm going to begin this video with an automatic writing transmission that came from my guides, higher self, the beings and angels. It's kind of a co-creation. Sometimes my automatic writings come from a more specific, like, being, star being. Sometimes they come from my guides. Sometimes it's my higher self. Sometimes it's the angels. It just all really depends on the message, who I feel drawn wants to give the message. And yeah, so we'll begin. When one has a weak will, a weak resolve, a weak follow through, it can be for a number of reasons. One is you believe your will is weak. You begin to believe your will is weak through your own proof to your subconscious. Every time you give in to something you don't want to do, your will weakens. Every time you make a commitment to yourself or a promise to yourself and you don't keep that promise, your will weakens. Every time you procrastinate, your will weakens. And through these things, you begin to create a conscious and subconscious belief that you have a weak will. Once you begin to believe it, you make it so. Then you begin to become a victim of your own limited belief. This belief will drain you. You've come here with a purpose and things you want to experience, observe, learn, and accomplish. But you have free will. So not following through, creating a limited belief that your will is weak, which will act as truth in your life until you realize the truth, begins to drain your energy and power, which can lead to your unfulfillment of your purpose on a certain level. Now, ultimately, it will all teach you. You will evolve no matter what. But it is up to you to decide how fast. It's up to you to decide when you'll learn the lesson. The truth is, you have divine will, and that you could never be weak. The idea of being weak-willed is an illusion. You can begin to remember your strong will by changing your belief and perspective. Sure, it may take time to have the will to follow through with something you deem too big or too hard, like addictions, or starting to exercise, or eating better, etc. So first, begin by acknowledging the things you do have a strong will in. You wake up every day. You make it to work every day. You have the will to brush your teeth in the morning. You have the will to do the laundry and to clean the house. You have the will to shower and to keep your body clean. There are many things you do every day that you have the will to follow through with. Acknowledge and thank yourself for recognizing that you do have the will. Now, think of things you want to strengthen your will to do or move towards. How can you take baby steps? Begin to shape shift the energy or what you do have a strong will in to the things you would like to cultivate. For instance, when you have that will to get in the shower or to get errands done, and you get into that mindset of, I'm getting things done, how does it feel? It's like a switch flips where you're determined, right? With practice, align with that feeling without having to do the original thing, like cleaning or whatever it is, and put that energy towards what you want to do and be stronger willed in. Maybe that's reading a book, getting outside, getting exercise, studying, whatever. Begin small in baby steps, doing things that you know are for your highest good, and you'll begin to change your belief and perspective that you can change, you can follow through, you do have willpower, and that you exercise your strong will every day in other ways. One of the greatest ways you can begin this is never go back on the word you make to yourself. Always follow through with the promises you make to yourself. Every time you do this, you strengthen your willpower. Every time you make a promise or commitment to yourself and you don't follow through, you weaken your will a bit more. You see, your ability to do is ever present. Unless you have a physical condition preventing you from moving in a way you'd like to, then your ability to do and follow through with whatever you want is ever present. It is your mind, it is your belief that is making you think you aren't capable. Begin to change your belief, your limited perception, and distorted/limited perspectives, and you will realize you've been blessed with divine will and free will from birth. It is your birthright. Sometimes one has to experience weak will to remember and gain the awareness that it is divine, strong-willed by cultivation of that ability. Sometimes one has to experience what it is not to remember the truth of what it is. So that was an automatic writing that was very powerful to me because in my own life, in certain aspects, I've been wanting to cultivate a stronger will and align with my highest divine will. You see, there are many things in my life that I am strong-willed in. There are many things in my life that I cultivated a strong will in. One of them being my spiritual practice, my meditation. Sometimes the things that I have a strong will in fluctuates though. So it's almost like, not almost, we go through these different cycles where we're really strong and adamant and persevere through the hard times and have a strong discipline in what it is we want to achieve and the goals we want to ultimately attain and reach for. And then we might go through a small season in our life where it feels we don't really have the drive as much, you know? It's like we still have that want and feeling within to achieve certain said thing, but it's almost like now we have to try a little harder, and that's natural. That happens. We live in a world in a universe of cycles on the macro scale and on the micro scale. So become aware of these cycles in your life. Become aware of the times in your life where you don't feel as strong-willed, so that in those times you can recognize it, know it, and realize, okay, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do a little more, I'm gonna try a little harder to follow through. You know, it's not always easy, but the thing is we have a divine will. Our true self, our higher self, the truth of what we really are is God's will, the source of all creation's will, you see. So we can align with this will. And one of those ways we can align with the will is, like it said in the automatic writing, shapeshift that energy and what you are strong-willed in, and shapeshift that energy into what you would like to strengthen your will towards. The fact that, not even the fact, but the belief that someone or we or whatever has a weak will, it's purely in your mind. The truth is everything you want to achieve is already done. So, for instance, your life's purpose, which may be up here, is intertwined with your divine will. Your life's purpose is intertwined with your divine will, and the way you attain your life's purpose is through your life's work. And your life's purpose is the way you do your life's work. And your life's work is the way you achieve your life's purpose. Your life's purpose is the things that you find joy in, the things that move you. When you open up your heart and you follow your heart, it automatically will guide you into what your life purpose is. And you get to your life purpose by doing what your heart feels is the next step. And what your heart feels is the next step. What your heart feels is the will of your higher self, is how you fulfill your life's purpose, you see. So, a way in which we can align with our purpose, a way we can align with our higher divine will. Well, one of them is, first, recognize that it's a limited perception and perspective that your will is weak. Begin to take the necessary steps that you must, or that you feel, or that your heart is guided to next. Now, it is important that we have a vision, a goal. It's important that we have a vision and a goal of what we would like to attain. But the thing is that may change as you grow. So, for instance, see yourself at the top of a hill. See yourself at the top of a peak, golden light. See yourself at the top of a peak and as your highest divine self. And see yourself where you are now. See yourself at the bottom of the hill and imagine lights, not lights. Well, yeah, you can imagine lights, but imagine paths leading to that divine self. Maybe the paths leading to that divine self is wavy. Maybe the path leading to that divine self is a straight line. Maybe it is steep. Maybe it is gradual. Now, how does it look? How does it shine? How does it feel? Now, imagine yourself moving up that hill to that peak. How does it look? Is it calm? Is it easy? Is it straightforward? Is it bumpy? Is there trees? Are you having to hop over rocks and jump hurdles and logs? How does it look as far as the lighting? Is it a bright path? Is it kind of shadowy? Does it start dark and get brighter as you move up? Is there animals around? Are there people that you love around? Are there people that you connect with around? Are there new faces? Are there new people there? How do these people look? How does their energy feel? How does their energy emanate around them? Visualize the path to your goal. And maybe for now, that goal is strengthening your will. Maybe you have many goals. Maybe there's checkpoints along this hill up to the peak. And maybe one of those checkpoints is attaining your highest divine will. You see, your highest divine will is already within you. It's not something you have to attain. It's something you align to, because your higher self, which is the source, the emanation of the source, which is a divine emanation of the source of all creation, which is actually you. We call it higher, but that's only because we may lack a deeper understanding of it, it's not higher, it is you. Higher doesn't necessarily mean better, but you're a projection of your higher self known as a soul. And right now you are physical and multidimensional. So you're able to do things that the higher self may not be able to because it is a light being, it is a higher frequency. But because it is a light being in a higher frequency, it has access to all these different realms and dimensions. It has access to all of your past experiences. It has access to all of your lives, and it has access to the lives of other beings and other experiences. So it is able to access information in which that maybe you're not able to in this physical form, but you're in physical form and multidimensional, so you can align with your highest divine self and you work together as a co-creation. So the biggest thing about aligning with your will, your highest divine will, and your free will is aligning. It's about realizing that the perception you may have is limited, and a truth, a lie, will act as truth in your own life until it's neutralized. The lie will act as truth in your own life until you have a realization of the truth. So set your intention to realize the truth. Set your intention. I want to have a realization of the truth of my being. I want to have a realization of who I really am. And one thing that can help you with this is the practice that I was talking about, imagining your highest divine will, imagining your life's purpose at the top of a peak, and imagine you reach that top of the peak by achieving and doing your life's work. And the way you know what your life work is by seeing, feeling, and recognizing what your life's purpose is. And by recognizing what your life's purpose is, then you can begin to have an idea of what your life's work is. I feel my life's purpose is to evolve and to be a reflection of what is capable within every individual. Now, that may change as I grow. It may expand in other ways. So, in order to evolve and be a reflection of what is capable within every individual, how do I do that? Well, for me, that work may be helping others, being in service to others, being a divine emanation of love, a divine vessel of love in the highest way that I can align to in every given moment, being of service in big or small ways. Maybe it looks, for instance, I went to Aldi's and someone was pushing a cart and the wind blew and their bags flew out down the parking lot. And naturally, without thinking twice, I ran after those bags and I grabbed them and I gave them to the woman. So in that small way, I was being of service in a way that I felt guided to by my heart. After I did that, she said, "Oh, thank you." And I felt a sense of joy within, knowing that I was of service in this way. And now in that moment, I aligned with a higher joy, a higher love. I felt better about myself. I aligned with a higher aspect of myself that is joyful. So you can align with your life's purpose in small baby steps, and you do that through aligning with your divine will. If you were your highest divine self right now, how would that look? If you were your highest divine self right now, what would you be doing? And do that. Use your will and do that. Take the baby steps. So as you align, as you visualize going up this peak, as you visualize going up this peak and seeing the people and the circumstances and the light and the energy and the feeling of how it'll be as you ascend this mountain until your highest divine purpose and your highest divine will, imagine yourself getting stronger, getting more abundant. Imagine yourself and your energy expanding. Imagine the love in your heart thumping and emanating on a higher and deeper level. And as you do this, imagine yourself finally linking and uniting. Imagine yourself standing in front of that highest divine will. Imagine yourself standing in front of that highest divine purpose. Imagine yourself standing in front, face to face with the you that is the being that you see yourself becoming. And now imagine you merge. Imagine you unite as one. Imagine the light of that being going within you and implanting within your heart. Imagine yourself now emanating with the divine light and love. Woo! How does it feel? How do you feel? How does it look? And now once you have merged, imagine the light emanating from all around you. Imagine yourself emanating love, light, peace, joy, harmony, being a reflection of abundance, being a reflection of what is capable within every individual. Imagine it now. And imagine yourself every single being. Imagine the light emanating from your palms. Imagine the love emanating from your heart, surging, hitting the hearts of every single individual around you. And by doing this, by going through this, by feeling it, you're not only imagining it, you are making it reality. Because as you imagine it, your brain can't tell the difference between reality and what is imagined. So you create the feeling tone in your cells. You create the feeling tone within your body, your cells, and your DNA. And your body and your mind begins to believe this is so. And now you've created a link. You've created a link, a stream, a golden light to the path of your highest evolution. Keep doing it. Keep aligning. Start living your life like it's golden, golden, golden. Whoo! Because you are golden. Your life is golden. You've come here with a unique purpose. You've come here with a unique purpose to be a divine emanation, to express your gifts, talents, and abilities as who you are. A divine emanation of the source of all creation as who you are. And the truth of who you are is golden, my friends, my family. Oh man, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful time we live in. This ego known as Rashad, this ego and fleshly body, this personality known as Rashad is not who I really am, but the I am that I am, the master within me is using this personality Rashad to experience the love, light, and unity of the Creator that emanates and lives within all creation. Let's align with our divine will together. Let's emanate this love together. Let's fulfill our divine purpose together. Let's fulfill our divine life purpose together through our life's work together. We are all one, experiencing this beautiful game experience called life as each and every individual. And at this time, let's align with our highest divine will. Let's cultivate and align with our highest divine will to experience this life in the highest way possible. and to allow ourselves to be a gift to the world. You are the gift. I know there's so many that want to activate their gifts. They want to activate their intuition. They want to activate their third eye and their ability to fly through realms. They want to activate all these gifts, but the truth is that you are the gift. The gift is the love that you offer the world. And as you express and experience and be the love in expression to the world, all those other things will fall into place, because all of those other things are a byproduct of being your truth, emanating and walking in your truth of who you truly are, which is love and divine. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Woo! Checking out and hearing this message of divine will. Now, after you click off this video, what is your heart pulling you towards? What is your heart trying to guide you to? Be and do that right now, so that you may align with your highest divine will and live the life in the highest way that you see for yourself. I love you all so much. This has been a beautiful transmission and a beautiful day, and I'm so happy, grateful, and thankful to have connected with you all. Peace.